Devon Carter, cousin of Jayland, Akron native, retired NFL veteran running back, retired Akron police officer, and a black man in America. I want to state that my cousin was killed, murdered, however you want to put it, June 27th, that night. He did not deserve to die, nor be dealt with in that manner. We've all seen the footage, and I just want to share my perspective and speak from my heart, because Jayland should still be here and be an officer and being trained in the Akron Police Department. I know we are trained better than that to deal with an African American male that's unarmed and that's fleeing. Jayland, a little bit about Jayland. He was a great kid, raised in a great family. Never had a criminal history. Was the furthest thing from a criminal. Was quiet, loving. Same thing with his sister and his mother. Just kind-hearted people. It's just unfortunate that we're here. And being from Akron, you would think that we were the exception, but God is letting us know that nobody's the exception. This is happening everywhere on a monthly basis. African Americans aren't dealt with justly, and that's why I took my time to become an Akron police officer, because I wanted to be a part of fixing that issue. I wanted to be on a call and step in somebody's house or at a time where something is going wrong, or dealing with somebody on the street where I can de-escalate and I can understand them, because we look alike. I'm not coming from somewhere that's outside of this community to get you to calm down. I'm from the community. I understand what you're going through. I have a certain patience in dealing with you. You might disrespect me, but that comes along with the job. It's not gonna make me quick to anger. I can digest it because I understand where you are mentally, and it's my job to bring you down to a manner to where we can have a proper dealing, and I can treat you as a human. And he was not treated like a human, as we saw from the footage. This has been a process of being able to sit down here and get this out, and without anger, and with love and light, and God guiding my voice. Minorities, we need to step up, and we need to police our own community, because it's not going well, leaving it in the hands of those that's not from our community. And it's a tough call to answer, but we have to. And there are inside forces that want to deter us from it. We have to do what we have to do. I remember going through my hiring process, and the major at the time was sitting up there with a smug look on his face, when I felt like I should have been treated with the utmost respect. And, they should be happy that ex-NFL running back is applying to be in the department. And some were, some weren't. And they, from that old mindset that this is not a job for minorities, so I got hired with the excitement that I'm going to prove these guys wrong, and I'm going to bring more minorities on. Unfortunately, due to a hip replacement, I had to take a disability retirement. But I know that there are still good officers in the Akron Police Department. And I won't blanket them and say that the whole Akron Police Department is bad. That's not true. Because they will blanket us when they're dealing with us, saying, oh, we all have to deal with those African Americans, black males, a certain way. So we can't be hypocrites and do the same thing to the police department. And I'm not just saying, oh, only the minority ones are good officers. No, I've had white officers that I've worked with that are great in dealing with minorities, but they're from Akron and they understand us. I could name a bunch, but I'm not going to waste time doing that. I want to take a second to address my black officers at the Akron Police Department. I'll pray for you, and I'm sorry that you have to go to work and not be able to express your frustration, your black trauma that you're dealing with, because this is trauma, on both sides. We gotta go in there and continue to police our community and serve our community and not have our voice heard with how we feel with this unjust killing of these black men. I recall being on duty when Floyd got murdered and having a chief and a major come up with how we perceive it in the media and how we're going to address it without consulting us, the minority officers. There needs to be a checkpoint. There needs to be a checkpoint. There needs to be a black union in the Akron Police, in any police department, because we need to be comfortable doing our job, and we need to feel supported doing our job. Don't put us out there just when it's protesting and you want us to calm our own down. It don't work like that. That's not right. That's not fair. You want me to stand out here? I want to be standing out there with the protesters, because it's not right. It's not right, and change needs to happen. And if it's peaceful protesting, we need to let them know that we agree as minority officers, and our voices need to be heard in the station and the departments, by the chiefs, by the majors, by the lieutenants, by the captains. It needs to be more African American lieutenants, captains. They need to be pushed and incentivized to take these tests and get promoted. But the only way we can make this change and police our community better is by getting involved black people, And we do have African American female officers in the Akron Police Department, and change is happening, but it's not happening fast enough, because we still being murdered. We still being dealt with unjustly. Jayland Walker should be here. Excuse me. My little cousin should be here. He should not be taken away from his family. He should have been subdued. There was no reason for anybody to pull that trigger. They should have been physically in shape enough to run with him. They should have been sound of mind enough to de-escalate the situation. There was no cause for lethal force in this situation. And Akron, you'll have to answer for it. You'll have to make change. We're going to get out and vote. We're going to apply for the job even more. And I'm challenging us as black men, as black women. Take the test, apply. It's the only way we're going to be treated how we want to be treated. If you're in a cruiser, there's officers who's going to ask you, what you want to do on this car? How should we handle it? Because they respect your perspective. I've had it happen. And if they don't, we go over their heads and we address our supervisor. I don't like how this guy is dealing with civilians. I don't like how this guy is serving. And he needs to be addressed. We need to hold them accountable. And we can't do that just by filing complaints on the other end of it. Okay? I just want to tell y'all, I just want everybody to peacefully step in and think logically for positive change. That's what Jayland wants. That's what the Walker family wants. And let's do what we have to do. Let's vote. Let's stand up. Those that are willing to stand up, take the job. And I mean, you can be a leader in the community. You don't have to be a police officer to stand up and police your community. You know what your nephews, your nieces, your cousins, your younger cousins doing. Show them the proper way. Stop letting these music videos raise our kids. You know, get them active. Get them structure. And it's going on, and it's out here. We have organizations in Akron that's out there for them. Let's take advantage of it. Let's do this, Akron. Can't let this continue to happen. Let's be the change of America. Blessings.